need somebody to watch me in case I have seizures, and you're familiar with that, and that's no fun.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I've ever had a seizure. That I don't know. I don't know. You know, I drank alone. If you were by
yourself, you might not have known.
Mm-mm. And I just know that I started drinking on a Friday. I woke up, and my mother had asked me, she's like, hey, you going to pay your rent? I was like, yeah, I'm going to pay that on Monday, because I thought it was like Saturday or Sunday. And she's like, honey, it's Wednesday. I was like, what? And I kind of got up on the bed, and I looked around the floor, and there were half-gallon bottles everywhere. And I'm like, oh, my God. Like, I drove to get these. Like, I don't remember anything, and that's very scary. And when we go back out drinking, and thank God I don't ever have to do that again, it was hardcore, same as, you know, it was 5 years ago before the liver failure. You know, I would go hardcore at it. And, like, I don't know if it was somehow in my mind I just thought I could drink that much, or if I was trying to make up for lost time. I don't know. Maybe that's just how I learned how to drink, and that's just how it was. I don't know, but I would go at it so hardcore, you know, and then the blackouts like that would happen, and that was scary. And I knew that something had to change. I just didn't know where, and I had been to treatment like 14 different times, and what was I going to learn from another treatment center, which a little different when you're made to stay in one, because I was the king of wanting to leave 4 or 5 days. I'm ready to go. I've heard all this stuff before. I get it. I got it. Let's go. But when you're forced, like I was, not forced, but yeah, I mean, I could have chose jail instead, but, you know, rehab wasn't all that bad. And it was a good chance to sit there and face those things that I didn't want to face, you know, people that, you know, pissed me off or annoyed me. And when you go to a treatment center, you know, you're going to have people that just annoy you. That's just fact. You know, where they're at in their recovery might not be the same, not even close. Maybe they're just half-assing it, maybe because their girlfriend or mom told them that you need to go there, and they're like, yeah, I'm here because and they're not taking it serious. And, you know, those people might get on your nerves a little bit, and the way they act, and, you know, the way everything to them might not be as life or death as it is to you. But you learn that, hey, what can I control in this environment? What can I control about this situation? And the only thing you can control is you, and how you react and how you act. And, you know, are you going to let something like that bother you, or are you just going to let it go in one ear and out the other? And it takes practice. It really does. I'm still working on it today. You know, I'm very, would you say, sarcastic?
Yeah.
And I try not to snap back and react, but it's hard. It takes a lot of practice. I'm getting better, I think, sometimes, but it's hard. And, you know, a treatment center is the perfect place for you to be placed if you wanted to learn more about yourself and your patients, and what you can control and what you can't. And how you feel is how you feel. Nobody can make you feel that way. You make yourself feel that way. And as soon as you start to realize that, and realize that you are the only one that can change the outcome of how you feel, then it gets a little bit easier. But it's those moments where you'll be at the grocery store or somewhere, and somebody just barks at you, or you're at the checkout line at the grocery store and somebody just cuts you off, or it's those moments that I just, you know, I just want to jump all over and react. And like I said, I'm not perfect, and I'm working on it, but at least I know it. And even when I don't do it right, and I'm walking out to the car station from the grocery store, when somebody said something smart or did something stupid, and I'm like, damn, that was pretty cold-blooded what I said to him, I got to work on that. You know, I'll process it later. Maybe not as I walk out, but later I'll maybe drive. I think a lot when I'm driving, and I'll play it again in my head and think, man, you know, next time if something like that happens, I got to be more aware of what's going on and how I'm acting, and, you know, make sure I act in an appropriate way that's not going to make me mad or angry or pissed off. And it's just something I got to get better at, but.
Work in progress.
Yeah.
We all are.
Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I think I do it to be funny too.
Sarcasm?
Yeah, or
Oh, yeah. A lot of people. I mean, that's what it is for the most part. Sometimes it's kind of insulting to sometimes to people. It's what it's meant for. I don't know. Sometimes it's innocent.
Yeah, maybe. Well, I guess we should wrap it up tonight because we got another podcast tomorrow, and hopefully we'll be inducting the new members of 217 Recovery. We have a board meeting tomorrow.
That's right.
We got some players we want to bring onto the team. So, well, at least one I know for sure. And it should be a productive day, and our new presidents hopefully will be involved in the Zoom meeting and the directions that we have. One thing I want to talk about in the meeting tomorrow, and we'll start. Well, I probably already know what I'm going to say. Going in this direction as I'm already listening to podcasts. Fantasy football.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking about it in the shower today. That's when I do my best thinking. And I really want cool prizes, and it depends how many people we can get for, fantasy football, but, I want to have like cool prizes, that people can win, and, maybe it'll be easier, maybe it'll be harder, who knows, but like if you had your own league per se, like whoever wins your league could win, I don't know, Corey Winfield poster, or no, something better than that. But I don't know, TVs or trip or spa day, whatever, probably not spa day, but I don't know. I just want cool packages and cool prizes, and we'll talk about that and we'll brainstorm. And if you have an idea and you think, hey, Corey, that would be a good one, hey, how about doing something like this? Let us know. Otherwise, man, just sit back and wait. Fantasy football, if you've never done it before, it's awesome. Last year was the first year I've ever done fantasy football sober in the entire year, and it was fun. It's fun. It keeps you involved. And if you've never done fantasy football and you do it, and you don't have to do it with us, but you get involved and you stay involved with pretty much everybody in the league, for 4 months out of the year, and it builds a sense of togetherness, and after the season's done, well, you're back on to life, and then boom, next year it starts up, and boom, you're right back with your buddies and the league, and guys I went to high school with are in my other league, and we chat every once in a while from time to time, but man, nothing like football season. When football season comes around, man, we're texting each other 3, 4, 5 times a week. And it's just nice, it really is. So you don't have to be in the 217 Recovery League. I think you probably want to be, but yeah, we'll have more details on that coming soon. And yeah, so
It's going to be exciting.
Look like you can't wait. But thanks for listening. Check out our blogs. Marnie, you got your blog. P.S. I'm grateful.
Mm-hmm.
You can subscribe to our website because your sister was wanting to know, like, hey, how do I know when your blog's new, when you update it? And if you subscribe to our website, you can get messages and bloop, hey, there's a new blog up.
Yeah.
I don't think it does it for podcasts, but if you subscribe on the podcast, whatever platform you're listening to, make sure you do that. Apple podcasts, iTunes, Google, however you're listening, Spotify, iHeartRadio, definitely subscribe. That way, when we get new episodes, you can listen. And even if you don't listen right then, man, at least there's a new one coming. And, we do Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays, and Sundays. So we'll talk to you tomorrow and hopefully more fantasy football news.
Yep.
I'm excited.
Bye-bye.
Read the blogs, 217recovery.com.